To access all full body language videos, breakdowns and analysis, alongside the game that I can't feature here on YouTube, check out the Patreon, the link is in the description. Thanks.
Everyday Superpower, where we talk body language, relationships, game, everything in between. We got the swiping round. So, if you're just joining me now, you're going to learn ever so much, honestly. And if you want to start from the top, which you should do if you're just joining me here, the link is in the comment section to this playlist. This is Blind Dating a Famous Comedian. Let's see who he swipes left and right. Let's flip and go, shall we? Let me get these headphones on. Hope everybody's doing all right today. Let's go.
Which is the swiping round. He's either going to swipe right.
So this guy said he was 6'5", by the way, if you're just joining me now.
Meaning yes, or swipe no, which doesn't mean that you're eliminated, but it might mean that you're on the chopping block. So
what she did there, which I'm sure we'll see anyway, look.
Or swipe no, which doesn't mean that you're eliminated, but it might.
I mean, they've both done the same thing. I suppose they're pretending to bust the pose. There might be a reoccurring theme here as she's just behind her, she copies her. What is a pose and what is deemed sexy is sexy because the exposure of the armpit releases pheromones. So when women stroke their hair and fondle with their earrings and so forth, what they don't know what they're doing is a biological mechanism, and that mechanism is to release the beautiful fragrant pheromones of the armpit and waft it into the air around them. We don't consciously pick up on pheromones, right? Generally speaking, but they do exist, and it's something you should look into. So that's what she does there, and then she does it here as well. So maybe he's just identifying if they shave their armpits well, how well prepared they are. But these women are going to be more than happy to expose their armpits because they know the superpowers to which they have in doing so. Isn't that cool?
Chopping block.
Behind her, the lady possesses an item. Now, not only that, I think she's got her phone tucked into her dress there at the front. So you'll see this with women more than men, purely as women walk around with handbags and whatnot. So we create defensive mechanisms and obstacles in between what we deem a potential threat. And when I say threat, I don't mean like a violent threat. I mean, you know, just like a psychologically threatening experience or idea or person. And we'll cover up our midsection now. That woman is doing so not only with her phone, but she now has a physical possession she can use as a vehicle to enact that blocking up of the body. She doesn't need to hold that object with two hands, does she? Right? She can do it with one hand. So question this, you know? The lady in front of you you're on a date with is holding that glass of wine with two hands. Why? She doesn't need to hold it with two hands. Question why. Okay?
On the chopping block. So
let's begin. Okay. White popcorn she's got in her hands. Good eye contact. Closed-lipped smile, no teeth baring, which makes it more of a polite smile than a legitimate one. Okay.
Hi.
Fake eyelashes that accentuates the eyes. She comes in very formally with the handshake, thumb up in the air. Okay.
Hi, I'm Kristen.
Cradling the bag of popcorn like a baby, very maternal.
on the chopping block.
But I think I saw a micro expression here, so let's pay attention.
Hi,
Hi,
I'm Kristen
I'm Kristen. All right.
Cash. A fun fact about me is that I can queef on command, but
I can queef on command. There she goes again. This woman has come out with nothing of substance whatsoever. This desperate display of garnering attention through this crass, overt sexual speech serves no purpose other than to be shocking and to pull attention where she doesn't garner it elsewhere. The women are shocked. The goth girl here, eyes wide open, completely blown away what's been said. Girl behind her, mouth wide open, shocked. What you can see is that the opening of the eyes, the opening of the mouth, is to absorb the information that has been given. Okay, considering they might not see her directly, they can't just sit and watch. So what they're trying to do in order to absorb as much information as possible is open up these entryways to collect that information. Young girl at the front, shortest one, or in front of the goth girl, look of concern upon her face. Even the tattooed girl is blown away by this, and she looks like she would be the main candidate of making such bold, you know, statements. It's not cute, it's not attractive. I don't know why she's doing this. It's absolutely repulsive.
No one wants to smell or hear that shit.
Do it!
Instead, I am gonna snort a popcorn kernel up my nose.
He says, do it. Fair play. Call her out on it. She can do it on command.
Shit.
Do it!
Instead,
When he says do it, she rolls her eye back. This is an eye-blocking behaviour, cutting out what he just said, avoiding what he just said by taking her acknowledgement out of the situation.
I am gonna snort a popcorn kernel up my nose and
I'm going to snort a popcorn kernel up my nose
out my eye.
Is this real?
and bring it out my eye. No! Don't bring it out your eye. This can't be real.
Okay, so grab
No! No!
a popcorn kernel.
Wait, hold on. Wait, I kind of want to see the queef on the man.
Yeah. He wants to see the queef on demand. He doesn't want to see the popcorn kernel thing because that's repulsive. It's disgusting. Why are you trying to turn me off? Right?
I can't give too
All the women duck in unison because they're actually in agreement. So this is mirroring behavior. We are aligned, right?
Wait, hold
Look,
on. Wait, I kind of want to see the queef on the man.
I want to see the queef on demand, right? These girls are already. I thought this would have been, you know, in cooperation with the rest, but they're paying attention, looking at whether this woman does actually do this or not. You know, she's fascinated, interested. These girls play follow the leader. As soon as the tattooed girl does so, she looks over at the camera, right, to see if the camera's on her, right? It's all in a tension game. Pay attention.
I can't give too much away. All right, so I have a popcorn kernel, and
I have a popcorn kernel,
I'm gonna.
and she sniffs it up.
Okay, welcome to LA, baby. All the talents up the nose.
Oh my god.
What the f?
That's fucking disgusting. That's disgusting. That's a left. So you've tried to sell yourself to me through talking about your queefs and talking about your pussycat, and then you just allowed me to project a fear of going blind upon your behavior. You see where I'm coming from? We have mirror neurons. If I see someone break their arm doing a skateboard trick, it makes me feel uncomfortable because I indirectly, subconsciously feel that pain through them being a mirror reflection of me. Are they me? No. But are they human? Yes. Do they experience what I experience? Yes. I wear glasses. I don't need to see you fucking around with your eyes. Puts the fear of God in me. She jumps in elevation, jumps for joy, anti-gravitational. She's having a great time. She loves it. Woman at the front, eyes wide open, mouth wide open. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. The women who have got looks of concern upon their face, they're the ladies I would show more interest in, because that shows that they are of the contrary of this behaviour as opposed to in support of this behaviour.
Somehow that's grosser than the queef.
That's grosser than the queef. You're disgusting. You're gross. I thought this was supposed to be about dating. I'm not impressed. I'm not impressed. I'm not impressed, people.
A lot of
I
questions.
used to do magic. So.
You used to do magic.
A lot of questions he says as he raises one finger in the air. Is it one main question he has to ask?
A lot of
Okay, he raises it in the air.
I
questions.
used to do magic. So.
You used to do magic.
Yeah,
I think
that
you
was
used to
it.
do meth.
Yeah.
How did you know you were good at that?
I used to do magic, so I was taught that.
You were
they
taught
me
that.
how to just snort popcorn
That
kernels
would
and pop.
terrify.
I used,
Now she's actually being honest. She's being open. She's being human. This is a side of her we haven't experienced up until now. If you can do magic and you've been taught how to do magic and you can communicate like this, why were you initially so desperate to garner attention by making crass, ugly statements? She's showcasing a nice, normal, organic side to her now, which is bordering on likable. Like, this is a nice side to her. And the idea that she can do magic and teach me how to do magic, and, you know, that's a fascinating and attractive archetype, right? The teacher, the educated, and a showcase of a depth of uncommon knowledge and intelligence is fascinating. It's good.
I used to do magic, so I was taught that.
You were
they
taught
taught me
that.
how to just snort popcorn
That
kernels
would
and pop.
terrify
I
a
used to. I
child.
can swallow.
That would terrify a child, he says, as he cuts her off symbolically and points his hand towards the production team.
That would terrify.
So he is cutting her off, creating a defensive shield here with this arm. Because you can see he's looking over his shoulder essentially at her at this point. He has bladed himself away from her and he is creating a shield with the arm here. Okay, not exposing the palm, but exposing the top of the hand. Okay, so the exposure of the palm is a friendly behavior, right? This is the counter opposite. Look.
I can swallow razor blades and pull them out of my mouth too.
So you're good with sharp objects down there? You know, you terrify me.
Yeah.
And right, you terrify me. Here, take.
He says right. He gives her a yes. Pay attention to what happens here. He stands up on his toes as he says so. He highlights a couple of moments here. Look.
Objects
When he says, "You terrify me," watch.
down there. You know, you terrify.
Let me slow that down for you. You know what? Bless you in the comment section who taught me the shortcuts of how to slow things down and whatnot. I've got attention deficit in those particular spaces, so I haven't taken the time to read and apply what you've taught me. But thank you for doing so, because it's going to become very helpful in due time when I pick that up. So there are shortcuts how to do all this, that. But watch.
Objects down
You terrify
there.
me, watch.
You
She's got a glint in her eye, look. And, you know, women are actually more attractive to men if they wear contact lenses, not coloured ones, but just standard contact lenses, because it gives this sleek glaze to the eye that men do find attractive, and this has been done in studies. And what you can see here is that glint in the eye, maybe not necessarily from contact lenses, but through the way she's gazing at him, okay? She's got beautiful teeth as well, you know? Looks after herself to some degree as to where she got lovely teeth. Watch the eyes. Or the eyelids. Watch. You terrify me.
you
Raising of the eyes, accentuating that, but it's a anti-gravitational behavior. It's a positive, okay? It's not a negative when he says she terrifies him. Now keep on going, because there's another accentuation.
terrify me. And I'll.
Well, you know what? The entire body raises, and that's what I didn't acknowledge at the time because the camera pans to him as he's like that. Watch.
You terrify me.
You terrify me. And watch what happens here. He will lower himself. Watch. Because he was on his tiptoes. Because as he was speaking, he was expressing that she does terrify him, but he kind of likes that. And he is accentuating that, and that is in congruence with his body language, because we have a raising of the eyebrows and a raising of the entire body, all right? When we are positive, uplifted, feeling high, we will elevate ourselves for our non-verbals, okay? As opposed to the counter opposite, which will represent like sorrow and depression, and I'm feeling low, okay? I've got the weight of the world on my shoulders. I feel heavy, okay? These aren't good things, and they are represented in the body language. Let us keep on moving, shall we? Let's keep on moving, shall we?
Right, you terrify me. Here, take your hardcore.
Kristen.
What can you?
You take my popcorn, or take my popcorn, take your popcorn, blah, 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 blah. Take your popcorn. It's a direct command. You do that. Don't leave me with it. All right. And that's a Symbol of attraction as well. Okay, if you're dating with a woman and she leaves stuff with you, i.e. her handbag and whatever's in there is so personal and precious to her, even if it's a little bit of lipstick or whatever, she won't leave that stuff with a stranger she deems unworthy. She will actually use it as a middleman to keep you both connected. So she goes to the toilet or she goes to get a drink, she leaves her handbag near you. That's very important. Now, let's say, for example, the man on the flip side will take something of hers to symbolically possess her, all right? Oh, let me have that. He'll take one of her rings and put it on his finger, or he'll take her scarf and put it around his neck. And this is how things go. Like, these objects can be utilized to, you know, really dial in a connection between people.
You snort.
Oh shit! Be careful. No, be careful.
All right, never mind. Left.
Hold on. Hold on, I saw a little back end that I haven't seen before. Let's...
Snort.
Oh shit! Be careful.
What we got going on here, girls?
No, be careful.
To access all full body language videos, breakdowns and analysis, alongside the game that I can't feature here on YouTube, check out the Patreon. The link is in the description. Thanks.